This is a very serious video, so, and it's a little political. Sigh. Anyways, I wanted to make a video about the Utoya attack. However, I do feel that there are plenty of videos about it already that could probably do a better job than I can, and I've linked them all below. There's also a harrowing survival story I think you all should read that I've linked as well. The one thing I haven't heard though is how people will probably try to play on others' emotions relating to this event, especially the victims. They'll probably say something like, you know, God saved you or God protected you, or, and the other way around for other people that probably weren't there or probably in this side of the country, the U.S., you'll probably hear preachers say shit like, God sent a man to kill the children of the political leaders who supported Islam and who discarded God out of the country. Something completely fucking made up and arrogant beyond reason. I can imagine that happening. I can also imagine a lot of things people are going to say and how predictable it all is. But I don't want to do that. I want to focus on something the shooter that believed in strongly, and that is nationalism. What I've gathered from what I've read up on Wikipedia, of course, is nationalism is basically this stupid idea that anyone who wants to migrate to our country, I'm just going to use the USA as an example, they have to assimilate into our culture. They have to speak the language that the majority speaks. They have to maybe practice the same religion. I don't know. How far do you enforce things like this? Do they have to endure Christian prayer in schools, all because they're a minority? Same with atheists. They have to endure that shit, whether they like it or not. Stupid fucking beliefs, basically. Or what? They have to listen to the same music, the music that only originates here in America. Somehow, people agree with the shooter and say, well, yeah, because the reason why the shooting happened was because of multiculturalism and the illegal immigration and the fact that the culture was being killed, and he saw that him and his type of people, the citizens of the country, were going to be a minority one day, and that's why this shit happened. That's why that guy went crazy. The same. And then they turn around and say it's because of the Muslims. The same shit the shooter was against. Everything the shooter was against, they're saying it's because of it. It makes no fucking sense. You can't have it that way. You can't have it both ways like that. I don't get it. So in other words, these people are saying, well, if you don't want to see me go crazy one day, or if you don't want to see us Republicans and right-wing Christian guys go crazy and grab a gun of our own and start killing people, you better assimilate into our culture, start speaking our language, and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. I just see nationalism as completely fucking backwards. Taking credit for things you didn't do or had nothing to do with. Remember when we fought the British and won our independence? Yeah, we showed those bastards, you and me, man. And if it wasn't for us, those French would be speaking German. Yeah, it was all because of us. As if I was there 50 years ago in World War II in the trenches or in the Revolution War. As if I, myself, am great because of what other people have done before me. That makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Just because I happen to be born here. Hating people you don't know. Those damn Negroes and their hip-hop and rock and roll and jazz and their ghetto movies and their ghetto talk. Why can't they be normal and talk normal and listen to normal music like country? And why can't they just dance normal too? They do this weird like little dance and it's like they're casting a voodoo curse on us all. You know what? I think we should stop them before they complete it, and because it's just gonna make things worse somehow. And yeah, going back to the shooter who was talking about nationalism in his stupid fucking video, and in his goddamn excerpt of the manifesto he wrote that I found on Yahoo. I'm not even going to link that shit. It's not even fucking worth reading that. I don't even want to give him the satisfaction of people reading it and actually taking it to heart. Like, oh yeah, that guy had some great ideas. You know, fuck him. And fuck his ideas. Yeah, and he mentions how Japan are nationalists and South Korea and some other countries that are nationalists. Well, as far as I remember, they're still trading with us and they're still importing their goods into our country and we're still enjoying them to their fullest. So, to me, the only pure nationalist country there is, the only pure one I can actually think of that I consider a pure nationalist country is North Korea and maybe China, just because they're so regulated with the internet and everything and trying to prevent any kind of outspeaking against the government or whatever. But I do think North Korea is probably the purest nationalist country. I doubt I could fly over there and decide to live there if I wanted to, and even if I did, I doubt I would live long there without starving to death, more than likely. And even they have our movies over there dubbed in their own little special way. They import our stuff over there. So so are we just supposed to look down on all cultures? Is that it? Or we're just not supposed to adapt any of it unless it's, even if we like it? What? I don't... It just explodes my mind. How far can you enforce this kind of stupid shit? I mean, whenever some, cultures that we like, that appeal to us, eventually they become mainstream and accepted. Like rock and roll and techno. Technically, they didn't originate from Americans. Americans. They didn't originate from European Americans. Yeah, there you go. They originated from African Americans. And it's just so stupid. What the fuck? Every time some other kinds of people come into a country and they have these beliefs and traditions and things, whether they be goods or entertainment or anything, and we're repulsed by it. The citizens of that country are repulsed by it, and then they treat them like shit. And then they wonder why some of them can't fucking take it anymore and take up arms and do crazy shit. Oppression kind of breeds terrorism in a way. And then they use because it's not right, no matter what side they're doing it for whatever reason. They use things like that as a reason to try to oppress them more and call for nationalism and get these fuckers out of here and blah blah blah. It's all Muslims. Well, you can't fucking say that anymore, can you? The Nazis were pure nationalists. But, yeah, you're right. They had some good ideas. They just went a little bit too far. They shouldn't have been killing the Jews. They should have just exported them to their own country, exiled them. That would have been the better choice. That they just went a little too far and started killing them. I get it. Yeah, they had some great ideas. If anyone out there is like some pure nationalist, whatever the fuck that even means, how do you expect us to keep evolving, like expand our understanding of our world, our universe, and how do you expect us to eventually expand from our planet into the stars and start colonizing space and the moon, Mars, and even start moving out of our galaxy? Oh, that's right. I imagine that concept, that idea doesn't even dawn on any of these people's fucking heads. It probably doesn't even occur to them at all that that's a possibility. They just are so closed-minded and small and petty that they think that their traditions, whatever the hell they might be, are so important that they just can't go away, because if they go away, it's like they never existed at all after they die. How goddamn selfish. They probably think that this is all there is, all there ever is going to be, and the world is only going to get worse and worse and worse, as if it's somehow worse than it was 100 years ago. And then Jesus or Allah or Optimus Prime is just going to fly down from the sky and save us all. Speaking of shouting to the sky and hoping some deity hears us through the vacuum of space, Governor of Texas, Rick Perry, is having his little event August 6th this week, where everyone's going to gather in this stadium and pray for the economic crisis to fix itself along with every other problem in the world. Yeah, because prayer has done so much in the past. He also said that it's beyond human hands to fix, that especially his economic problems, that the problems in Texas and the country are just beyond human hands. What a way to take responsibility off yourself. If there's ever a problem with the country that you're leading, just say it's beyond your hands, that we all should pray for a solution. Could Obama get away with that? I'm just asking. Could any president get away with that, actually? And what's kind of scary about this to me is that whenever you gather a whole group of people into one setting, the stupid kind of festers and grows into some hideous tumor. What I'm trying to get at here is that it's possible that Rick Perry and all the crazy preachers that he has coming, I've linked the video about that down below as well, they could just turn around and point a finger at some minority, whether it be homosexuals, immigrants, etc., and say they are the problem. And of course they wouldn't advocate direct violence on them. They'll probably say something vague and obscure like God will take care of them in the end, or something like that. And some crazy asshole will hear that, and then all of a sudden he'll hear the calling of God in his head, and he'll grab a gun, and he'll go on his own killing spree. And just to up the ante, he'll probably pick some like Muslim daycare center. He'll have a shotgun in his hand, and a Bible in the other, and he'll probably quote some Bible verse as he's killing them one by one.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
And then the people who agree with the shooter, just like the Utoya guy, they'll try their best to disassociate his views with their own, saying that, well, it's because of this thing and that thing. And the other scary and unfortunate thing that tends to happen with things like Utoya is that when one person goes crazy and does some crazy shit, it usually starts a horrible, god-awful trend, and it makes me sick just thinking about it, actually. Well, someone actually did ask me a question. Will Obama get reelected? Well, fuck if I know. But I say the only way to guarantee it is if the Republicans and voters pick some crazy idiot like Rick Perry or Sarah Palin to run. Because I think that's exactly what guaranteed Obama's election. I remember my friend Dan saying that the reason he voted for Obama was because of Sarah Palin and how goddamn stupid she was. I'm done for now. Questions. Ask me questions. Send me suggestions. I don't care. Ask me anything, give me some topic ideas. I don't care if it's something like a TV show or anything. Really, anything.